Hey everybody, it's that time, Kitchen Talk with Granna. I'm so glad you guys can come up in the kitchen with me today. Yes, this is Granna. I am doing something different. Okay, I know you guys looking at me like, okay, what is she got going on? Yes, I changed up my hair just a little bit. Okay, all right. But I'm so glad you guys can come up in the kitchen with me today and, you know, give me a little bit of your time. I really appreciate that. So, but before we get started, you guys know what the routine is. Go down there at the bottom of your screen down there and go ahead and take care of that thumbs up button, okay? Go ahead and take care of your share button. Go ahead and share my video with all your family and friends. And if your family and friend has not become a follower of Granna, go ahead and encourage them to subscribe to Kitchen Talk with Granna and become one of my followers. I would love to have them, okay? At the end of this conversation, you can come back and give me any comments or anything you want to leave in the comment box, okay? I would appreciate it, all right? Okay, so we're gonna get it popping up in the kitchen today, and you guys already know what the conversation is gonna be about. You know, we're gonna be talking about coronavirus. It's still very much the #1 thing that's going on in the world today, and it's still something we as people are just not taking serious, okay? You know, even if you're not a news buff, you can't help but to, because that's all that they're talking about on the news. That's it. The only thing that they're talking about on the news is the coronavirus. So you really don't have a choice. You have to hear about it, okay? But I was watching the news earlier, and they actually showed two families that really touched my heart, okay? The first one was this mother, and her daughter worked in a necessity place, okay? She worked in a grocery store. And her mother had asked her not to go to work. She needed to take off. But she was continually going to work because she was telling her mom, this little young girl, she was telling her mom that her customers, her older customers, her elderly customers, they needed her, and she needed to be there to serve them and to make sure they got what they needed, okay? This young girl, this baby, I mean, she was like 24, I believe. She got the coronavirus, okay? And when she went to the hospital, she did get to call her mom, and she was telling her mom that she was having a hard time breathing and she couldn't breathe. That young girl lost her life. She died, but she was so determined to continue to go to work and be there for her customers. And that's just, you know, I'm talking about her because that shows what a lot of the customer service worker, how a lot of them feel. You know, they're working in these essential places, as they say, these necessity places that we need to get what we need. You know, they're there to do a job, but a lot of them have regular customers that they, you know, form a type of attachment to, or they, you know, look for their customers to come in and to be there to help their customers. And, you know, we, as people, sometimes takes these workers for granted, and we don't appreciate them, you know. I mean, of course, we're sending a shout outs to the nurses and the doctors and the law enforcement, you know, all these people. And, you know, and there has been people sending shouts out to some of the smaller business people and stuff. But, you know, I think about the people that works in these grocery stores and these stores that's still open, because I have been a part of that workforce. I have worked in those places. So, you know, I think we as people sometimes don't look at them as being a valuable person, or not being, you know, they're just there to be there, you know. But like I said, a lot of those customer service associate gets close to their customers and they see them so much. They're, you know, they're like a friend to them, and they're excited to see them when they come in, and they're, you know, wanting to see them and, you know, and carry on a conversation with them and everything. And this young girl wanted to be there for her customers that, you know, she specifically said her elderly customers, because they needed her, you know. So I just, I feel really bad for that mom, and just listen to her tell us, you know, about her daughter, and the last thing that her daughter said to her, the conversation they had about her wanting to be there for her customers. You know, we go into these places, even, you know, 4 or 5 months ago, we went into these places not thinking about, you know, the people that work there, or didn't even give them, you know, would have say thank you to them when you checked out, or when you was getting ready to exit the store, you wouldn't even say thank you to them or anything like that. You know, I think about those associates. They're having to go to work every day, and not just to be there for the people, which is a big part of it, but a lot of them has to go to work today because they have to get a paycheck. They got to go in and work. They cannot afford to work from home or to take off from work, you know. So it's just really sad. And I think, you know, with all this stuff that's going on today, it should open our eyes to the way we treat people. You know, it should change the way we see people, and put a little soft spot in our hearts. You know, I'm hoping that that's what it does for the world. It soften their heart a little bit and be a little more affectionate when it comes to people, and be a little bit more caring when it comes to people, you know, and thinking about that. And, you know, that's just, that story really hit me. And, you know, I also saw this other story on there with his mother/wife. She lost her husband and her son, like within 2 days of each other. And they was interviewing this mother wife, and she was saying that she couldn't even grieve, or she couldn't even go, you know. They had a graveside service for her husband and her son, and they wouldn't even let her out the car. She had to sit in the car while the pallbearer took her son and her husband to their final resting place. And she had to sit there in the car and watch all this. And, you know, I just cannot imagine, you know, what some of these families are having to go through, and the effect that this coronavirus is causing to some family. And then, you know, I'm sorry guys, I'm sweating like crazy. Let me just dab just a minute here. Let me dab. Whew. These lights be killing me, you know. But it's crazy, because with all these death that's going on and all this stuff that's going on, we still got people out here in this world that just will not take it serious. You know, when you watch the news and you're seeing families like these 2 families that I just talked about losing their loved ones, and some of them are losing multiple family members at a time, you know. And I mean, death itself is hard. You know, it's a hard thing that we have to deal with. And it's something that we all gonna have to deal with and go through. But when you're losing multiple family members, and you're not even allowed to have, I guess you could say, the traditional funeral for them that we're all accustomed to and used to, and you're having to only have this graveside burial, and you can't even be there. You can't even stand there at this grave. You have to watch it from a distance inside of a car. I just, I don't know. It's just hard. it's just hard. It's crazy. I don't get it. I don't get why people don't take this more serious. Why, you know, you see this, you seeing this daily. You seeing this every hour on the hour when there's a news bulletin popping up. It's containing to another person has lost their life. It's pertaining to someone else have gotten a disease. I'm sorry. But, you know, even with all this going on, people just still will not take this serious. They still want to go out. They still want to be out and about. They're walking around like nothing is going on. They're still not taking the precautions that they should be taking. And I don't get that. I just don't understand that. You don't, you know, just because you don't value your life, it doesn't mean that the person next to you doesn't value theirs. You know, this person, excuse me, this person that's out may have had to just absolutely get out there to pick up whatever necessities that they had to pick up. And they're out there with their mask on, or they're trying to be, you know, practice a social distance, and you got someone that's not. You know, it's just crazy. It's just really crazy. It's like I say, it's so much going on, and it seems like, you know, people would be more caution, practice more, you know, or your, I don't know. I'm just, it's so much going on. I'm just confused, and I don't even know how to even what else to even say, you know. People are dying. I mean, how much more proof do you need, or how much more do you need to see that this corona, it ain't playing? Hey, it's kicking butts and taking names. It's not caring about anybody. It's a virus. It's out there. You don't know who has it. You don't know who you're around. You know, as simple as running to the store just to get some necessities, just that little time of doing that, you don't know if you came in contact with it, you know. And you know, if people would just be a little bit more thoughtful, you know, about this, you know, just really look at it for what it is and really digest it for what it is, then I think it would be more social distance in place. It would be more people staying at home, you know, practicing, you know, to stay at home. You know, they say it's making a difference with the social distance and people staying at home. They said they've already seen some cases to go down. You know, the cases load to decrease because people are doing this. But there's still a lot of people out there that's not doing it, and you can see that. You know, you can see that. So I pray that these families that has lost loved ones can recover from it, or can come to a good place in their heart with it. And I know that's easier for me said than done, because like I say, anytime you lose someone anyway, you know, everybody moan at their own time, or within their own time, and deal with death in their own way. So I know it's not, you know, it's easier for us out here seeing these stories on the news, you know, than being in that situation, because none of us is immune, none of us is being where it can't happen to us. You definitely cannot be in that state of mind, or be that naive to think that this can't happen to you or someone in your family, okay? So I just want everyone to pray, everyone to, you know, continually to do the social distance. If you don't have to be out, stay at home and just think about other people. You know, even if they're not thinking about you, just think about them, okay? Think about your overall health, think about your family, think about, you know, your friends, and you don't want to put anyone, you know, in a situation, okay? So guys, that's just pretty much it, okay? So you guys have a great day. You get out there, try to take your walk, try to, you know, live it the best that you can. While you're doing this, practice your social distance, practice your good hygiene, give a smile to anyone you may come in contact with from a distance, and just continue to spread the love and just continue to be the best person that you can be, okay? All right, guys, y'all have a good one. I'll see you next time around. All right, bye.